Hey guys, there's a little boy who's just so much on my mind at the moment, it's unbelievable. His name is Rashidi, and I'm out here to relax at the moment, and I have to do this so when I get back I can upload it straight away. Rashidi is only 18 months old, and he's a beautiful, beautiful little boy, I'm sure you all agree. Unfortunately, he has hydrocephalus, which is a condition where cerebrospinal fluid collects in the head and does not drain away naturally. He has spina bifida, which he's already had corrective surgery for. And he also has mild cerebral palsy problems, so this boy has many things wrong with him. But despite that, he's full of life, his eyes are full of wonder. And his family love him so much. The story is an epic of how parents should be. And it's truly an epic of family life and the humility it can bring to our lives. The whole family consists of 5 children and mum and dad. They have one bed inside a mud brick house, and the house has no water, no electricity. That one bed is surrendered for Rashidi so he can get a comfortable night's sleep due to his spina bifida. So all the family gets down on the floor and leaves this beautiful little boy to sleep in this bed by himself, which in itself is a heartbreaking image, naturally. Mum goes around selling vegetables on top of her, she carries a basket on top of her head and sells vegetables to the local community when she can. They're very poor. The father labours when he can with the extended rains. He's not getting much labour work, and thus he's mostly full-time looking after Rashidi and the other kids at the moment. When the social workers arrived from Share Tanzania, the little girl was looking after Rashidi, and the reason she was home is she finished primary and they can't afford secondary, and because she can't afford secondary school, more than likely she's going to end up in child labour without an intervention from humanity in some way. There are 2 other boys at primary school. They are doing okay on a government programme, and the family have managed to get enough together to get them into the government primary school. And there's one child in kindergarten as well, needs to go into kindergarten as well. The heartbreaking thing about this story, the parents needed to go for medical checkup with the government hospital, and they'd been saving up, so as they had this money and borrowing money from family members who took pity on Rashidi's condition, etc., and neighbours as well. They had a collection, and they've had this corrective surgery done, but if they want to go even for a checkup, the whole family skips the day's meals to afford the bus fare to take this beautiful little boy for his checkup. Can you imagine having your small child for your other children, the eldest being 12 years old, having all of them have to miss a meal, including yourself and your loved one, whoever your husband or wife, just so you can take your child for a hospital checkup because you can't afford the bus fare. It just goes to show how much they love him, because many families in this position, they don't care in the same way, and they just wouldn't go for the checkup. The sad thing about all of this is, I've seen it before, is without the regular medical assistance that they need, for instance, a shunt to drain the cerebrospinal fluid is needed, which means you need regular checkups. Every 2 to 3 weeks at least you have to be at the hospital. Without that support, Rashidi will die. And not only will his life be cut short without reason, because he's a joyful little baby, he's full of love and full of wonder, but he's going to break everybody's heart in that family. It's very clear to see how much they love him. So I'm putting Rashidi at the top of our list as a priority, and I'm putting his mum and dad at the top of our list, and I want to set them up in a proper business. Mum's already running a small business. Let's set her up with a market stall. Let's get her set up so she's self-sustaining. She can earn enough money. Within a year's time, she'll be covering all the school fees for her children, herself. Father will be able to do what he needs to do with his labouring work, or he might be able to set up enterprise off the back of that as well. it takes her to get into business. That will be the first port of call, be it just doing vegetables, to have the first outlay to do that. On top of that, they need a pot for medical care and bus fare and things of this nature. And the other children will need to get into school. And the eldest, who has just left, obviously definitely needs to get into that secondary school. We can either do this where we have someone sponsor them monthly, the children, which you can do for not a lot. Like, you're talking $3 a week can put a child into school in Tanzania. $3 a week, it's not a lot for most of us. It's the cost of a cup of coffee, take away a coffee a week. Or we can fundraise for the amount, so both options will be on the fundraising page. But above all, the urgent thing is getting a little pot of money together for Rashidi's medical care. It's trying to get him some medical insurance, which will help to stave off the costs that will get high with as the years progress, and get mum into business so the family are self-supporting and self-sustaining, and in the short term make sure all the children are comfortable at school and make sure everybody's eating enough, because right now quite often they are not. We will have a dedicated fundraising page, and this page will save Rashidi's life. It will. I've seen it. Sadly and tragically, I've seen it. It just had one little boy die this week, in fact, and I don't want to see another one anytime soon. Not so long ago, dear sweet little Queenie with the same condition also passed away. Many of you may remember that wonderful little girl as well. So, all because they didn't have access to the medical care they needed, quite simply. And this we can change with not a lot. It won't take a lot. So the dedicated fundraiser is in the link in this description of this video. Thank you for any love and support you can give, and let's get this family's life changed. Let's give them hope. Let's give them the kindness and sharing that we know humanity is made of. And let's, above all, get this little boy a safe and happy time here on planet Earth. And one without pain, and with health as well, I should add. God bless, guys. Bye.
These are the times we were meant to grow from. You say that it's beautiful, it takes one to know one. Made out of love, that's what you are. Made out of love, and you come from the stars. Made out of love, and you come from the stars. But I heard it all before, yes, what the man said. Never held it in my heart, but I held it in my head. But then I saw that it isn't just suggestion, it's spiritual law to love all, serve all, and remember Jah.